till you get my meals. I'm gonna for the money in the bank. Coming with a tank, scrolling in a tank, rolling with a gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with a rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? And welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spinmo Rax.
Hello.
Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Mario. We also got Caleb in the building.
Go.
Do you want to stop calling you by your nickname that only your dad uses?
Sass.
Like if somebody in the street randomly came and you're like, Sass.
Like, that would probably make him look like faster. Like, have you seen
This guy really
like if he was about to get hit by a car and we're like, Caleb, if we said Sass, he'd look faster.
One syllable.
That's true.
And that's
Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah? You want Sass?
There's an episode of Always
let's do it,
Sunny
yeah.
where
It feels weird saying out loud.
they
though,
do that
like,
tactic.
What?
In Always Sunny, they do that tactic for Mac. But
So he knows that name?
yeah,
It's like a code word or something?
yeah.
What is it?
I can't say it on here.
Oh, wow. Spinny really in a racist program.
It's not racist. It is a slur though.
That's all right. Moving on.
Well, it's not a race.
Speaking of people getting in trouble, this is actually we're on such a good start. I don't want to talk about this. Maybe I'm not.
Is somebody gonna
Kinda
match
gross.
my freak?
The Craig Monroe.
Oh God. Why would you?
I said I didn't want to talk about it. You didn't. You.
I know, but I was singing a song that was not.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
You should be singing that song.
All right.
Craig Monroe has been accused of sexual assault allegations.
Yeah.
His accuser has contacted Fox. She tagged everybody to get the story out. Unfortunately, she said it started when she was 12 years old, and Craig Monroe was 20. He was staying down there, and it was in Charlottesville, Florida.
Yeah.
For his minor stint down there, and it grew into an adult relationship that progressed while he was married. She said that she was escorted out to some of his friends. It's ugly.
It's really ugly.
I mean, I pray that's not true, and if it is, I pray that she heals from that. It's wild stuff. I'd kill myself if I had his hands. Spinny. Caleb.
Yeah, it's a disgusting story. Hopefully the truth comes out with everything and it all gets figured out.
Yeah. I mean, what am I supposed to say here? You know, what can I say that hasn't already been said? What are you doing to me, bro? What are you doing to me? This is disgusting. It's disgusting. Anybody who, acts like that, bro, what are you doing to me? You set me up for failure over here. But yeah, it's like I said, what can I say here that hasn't already been said? It's just terrible when things like this happen, when stuff like that comes out, and hopefully those affected by it are healed, that are fine, they're safe at this point, and hopefully he is dealt with by law enforcement as seemed fit. It's just, you hate to hear that happen to anybody, and seems like it's more and more popping up and coming out recently. So it's terrible stuff.
It is, and truly do wish her well. Either way, we got a show to do. That was just news within the metro. I guess, Nick, you're a big Tigers fan too.
I mean,
do you want to speak on that?
He's a Detroit legend, like in the media and without it, and there's just no excuse for this to ever be okay. Like, it's a young girl like that you are like being preyed upon. Like, that's just not okay in any circumstance. 20 down in Florida, like, it's just horrible all the way around. Hopefully we get the facts out there, and yeah, I mean, obviously you can't take back what's happened, but hopefully going forward, like, the healing process can happen. So just hopefully everything gets sorted out the way it should, and if he's prosecuted, like, he's going to jail for a long time, as he should.
Yeah, and I didn't even know those were, like, that was a thing. Like, you live with a family down there in your minor stints.
Is it a thing?
That I must have been at some point.
Because there's no way, shape, or form I'm letting my daughter fucking sleep in a bedroom with a grown ass man.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a thing.
To take advantage of that situation, as he allegedly did, is just, that's terrible. Yeah, you hope that he gets the justice is brought upon him that he deserves, because he's
a great way of putting it. Because there's still allegations at this moment, but they are being invested into. And
Yeah, he's being investigated. He was taken off the air. It was reported by, the Florida police departments to different
Tigers doing
media
that right away.
organizations in Detroit that it is an ongoing investigation. So
The thing you hear a lot about is like hockey families, like from across the pond, and like Euro people like coming over to play like in America. That's what I've heard of when it comes to like people staying with families.
yeah,
And a lot in Northern America, like a couple kids in my high school like actually came across to play, but that was to the extent that I've seen it. And it wasn't a 20-year-old minor league baseball player living in a 12-year-old girl's household, sleeping in a room with her. Like, just extremely messed up.
And just, and I want to change the subject too, because we started on a fun path. It's just something that's never fun to talk about.
yeah.
If you had anything, I'm ready to move on if you are.
No, I honestly am, at this point, I am unaware of the situation.
Yeah.
So, like,
That's
I
the
haven't
thing.
even,
I
I haven't even
yeah.
delved into it. But, again, just what more can you say other than that you hope that the victim and their family are, are protected, safe, and that they grow, that they heal, and, that if this man is guilty of these heinous things, that he gets the punishment that he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to move on because I just saw something kind of like, it just looks out of place. And I don't know if it's because it's like the person that's there. I definitely know it's not that. This doesn't look like an NBA player. This looks like Bronny James at his press conference right now does not look like an NBA player. That is one of the most disgusting excuses for nepotism. It's gangster. Don't get me wrong. Like, you definitely pulled like a G-ass move. Who else could get that done than somebody who's done amazing things?
I mean,
But just like for the people who bust their ass to be in those positions, it's kind of gross.
it's the same thing as Thanasis. Like,
Yeah.
Thanasis would not have a job in the NBA if Giannis didn't. He sucks.
But here's the difference, though. And you're 100% right.
He's
He
not good at
absolutely sucks.
basketball.
Listen to me, though. He's also 6'10" and jacked. This guy, he looks like he doesn't look like a grown, he does not look like an NBA athlete at all.
He does not look like an NBA athlete, but he's
And at least
athletic.
with Thanos, you're like, he's kind of built like this. This guy panned out pretty fucking good. The same genetics.
Crazy.
That did sound crazy.
But that's what happened.
So racist.
And that's probably what's happened to Brian a little bit too.
I mean,
But at least Thanos was 6'10", and dude, that guy's buffer than Giannis.
I
told
feel
Bronny.
like Bronny is more basketball talented than Thanasis.
Bro, averaged 4 points, Spinny.
I know. I mean,
What has Thanasis done?
what would Thanasis do? That dude can't
More
even,
than 4
he can't
points.
He can't dribble, bro.
What would
Like,
Jesus do?
what?
That's it. Someone pull the stats because I can't spell that shit.
WWTD. What would Thanasis do?
What would Thanasis do? No, it's way
Bronny
different
looks
with
younger
Thanasis.
than he is. It's true.
Look at him. Well, the guy looks pretty young too.
Yeah. I mean, he's like 6'2", right?
Dalton Connect.
Thanasis is 6'7".
6'7".
6'7".
Okay.
Last year he averaged
.001 points per game.
4 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Point nine points.
These are like the
Reported from my
WNBA
brain.
rookie. It's like the WNBA all rookie team from last year. Like,
Wait,
What
what's
is
his
it?
per
so it's like the
36 though?
WNBA all
That's what
rookie
we
team
got
from
now.
last year.
Look at his
Listen,
look at his per 36. Let's
Oh.
see that efficiency.
I'll find it. Probably not much. Probably not
Per
great.
36, he averages 7 points.
Let's see.
What are your realistic expectations for Bronny?
Nothing.
While he's
To
pulling
never
that up?
play a minute.
To nothing.
No.
Yeah, like somebody
He's
was
gonna
like,
play.
"Oh, are LeBron and Bronny gonna play together? That'd be awesome." I'd be like, "I hope Bron's playing in the summer league because that's the only time he's gonna be able to play with that kid."
No,
Like,
they're gonna do it. They're gonna put them on the court together, and
Yeah,
obviously
for
not
sure.
in like clutch moments, but in games that get out of hand one way or the other. Like, to me, I don't think this is that big of a deal. Again, it was like the 5th to last pick in the draft. It's
Dad with Tourette's.
It really doesn't
Devin
matter.
Booker averaged 21 minutes a game. College has little to do with the associate. Stop. Stop. Don't compare Bronny James to Devin Booker.
Yeah. And to answer your question, how long is he going to be in the NBA? It's as long as LeBron is on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
he's 6'2", and he's not shooting the ball.
He's athletic. He's an athlete for sure.
To what degree? I don't
Like
know.
he is a great athlete.
I don't know if there's an NBA caliber
Wow.
athlete, brother. I'm just be honest with you.
He is
I
a
think his
great
brother.
athlete. His brother's a dog.
He's not a great athlete, bro.
Dude, like, have you seen him dunk and shit like that? Like, he's very athletic.
Bro, you used to work at a fucking chicken shack.
I
You had a
know.
guy back there that could dunk.
No, that was
Coney Island.
First of all, it was Coney Island, yeah. And second of all, he played professional basketball, but not in the NBA.
Exactly.
Yeah, oh no. I mean, Eric would probably dog walk Bronny.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Don't say great. He's an athlete.
He's a great athlete. That's still being in the top 1% of athletes is what
This
he
is coming from the guy who tried to diminish everything about Jason Tatum.
I'm not saying
you called this guy a
I'm not
great
saying
athlete.
Yes.
He averaged 4 points.
You don't think he's a great athlete? He's a great athlete. He's still in the top 1% of all athletes
He's
in
no
the
Drew
world.
Holiday.
Like, he's not a great NBA athlete, but compared to regular humans, yes, he is a great athlete.
So is your boy in the back of friggin' Taco Bell a great athlete?
Yeah.
All right.
What do you mean? Yes. Like, saying Bronny James is not a great athlete is crazy.
I would say good. I don't throw great so loosely. You know, that Jared
He
Goff.
does things that only like 2% of the population can do. That's great.
Has he danced on a torn MCL though?
Yeah.
Did he? I mean, let's be real about it.
Let's
Bronny James, can he deliver in the big moments? Has he ever danced with a torn MCL at an outdoor wedding? Does he have the moxie to do so?
Moxie.
And how does this affect LeBron's legacy? No, real shit. A couple like a week
Bronny's not
ago,
going to play in the NBA very long.
Mina Kimes posted a meme, or somebody posted. She's happened to be on the show. I don't know. I think it was First Take, and they're like, "Who's the greatest franchise?" or some shit like that. And it was like the Yankees, Lakers, and some other Super ESPN ass shit. Cowboys.
Uncle Jay says he shot 19 of 25 for threes at the combine. There is a reason no other team in the NBA would have drafted him except for the Lakers.
Come on, bro.
Like that is what every single scout and executive said. The only person that will draft Bronny James is the Lakers.
Legit.
In a weak draft.
Yeah.
In a weak draft.
In a weak draft.
That's the best point to be made there. Fuck
Like
it.
Bryce is a dog. Bryce will get to the NBA.
Bryce actually looks a lot better than
Yeah. And he's like 6'7".
Yeah.
He's tall.
Yeah, 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2 assists in 19 minutes.
Bronny just needs to focus on being Bronny. That's all, said Shifka. Yeah, and that's focusing on doing something other than playing in the NBA.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Like,
I thought he was gonna be a streamer. He was getting
FaZe.
traction
he's in the
there for a minute.
phase. Yeah.
He's with FaZe?
I
Good
thought
for
he
him.
was with FaZe.
Nah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
see, Bob's big boy. Bronny has a 41-inch vertical. That's a better vert than anyone on the lines of the
It's
Pistons.
good. I don't know
Yeah,
about great.
that's a great athlete. Like, he is a great athlete. He's 6'2", and he's not a great shooter. He's not a
Listen,
great basketball player. You can be a great
Listen.
athlete without being a great basketball player.
listen. First and foremost, shout out to my cousin Caveman. All right, I got a cousin named Caveman who can literally run up fucking walls.
He's a great athlete.
There's tears though, bro.
Like I said, he's not a great athlete when you compare him to NBA players, but
All right, I'm
compared to regular humans, yeah.
you know where you can go to be a great athlete?
Planet Fitness? Yeah, you can, because
Ronnie's built.
it's fitness that fits your budget. So if you're not LeBronny or LeBron and you have billions of dollars, you can go to Planet Fitness. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment. You can get a full body workout in a totally judgment-free atmosphere. Do you know that all Planet Fitness memberships include fitness training at no extra cost? You want all the perks? Upgrade to the PF Black Card and enjoy the use of amenities such as unlimited use of the Black Card Spa featuring hydro massage chairs, total body enhancement, along with access to over 2,500 locations worldwide and unlimited guest privileges. For more information, visit us or join today at planetfitness.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less.
Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law have your back. Give them a call today and visit the QR code right above my head. They'll pay your filing fees if you tell them the heavyweight sent you, whether you're dealing with divorce, child custody, or other family law issues. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law are right here in Birmingham. Have your back. We survived it. Woo! Let's go, boys. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Smash that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. I am Eazy. It's Spin More Rax.
Hello. What were we clapping for?
I'm just high as shit. I don't know what I'm doing anything for. I missed.
What were you aiming for?
The garbage. Either way, smash that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend. I'm Eazy. Spin More Rax. Young
Hi.
Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Microwave Mario. We also got Caleb in the building.
Let's go.
Celtics to ringside, Xavier Tillman. Let's go. 2-year deal, Spartan Dog. Champion. Goat.
All right. I've seen a lot of backlash in the JB Bickerstaff stuff. And some of the stuff that people are pointing out, which is factually true. They have a point in being that, hey, the pitch has been bad for a minute, and they've been going this route for a minute. And the route that I'm talking about is getting a veteran head coach, a guy who's done it before. First name in my mind, Stan Van Gundy. Another one after that, Dwayne Casey. Then after that, Monty Williams. The one difference I want to get out of the way for the people that are just being negative in that way, those are Tom Gore's hires. Those are Arm Tellem hires. We knew how this organization was run before. Troy, we played the video on this very show where he looked pissed off about the Monty Williams hire. He wanted nothing to do with that.
Yep.
This hire, I'm fairly confident was actually made by Trajan Langdon, a guy you've brought in here with a basketball resume to make that selection. And I feel more comfortable in that. I don't think it's the same as the previous selections, although great coaches in their own rights. So maybe not the right coach for those positions. Although I will give Stan Van Gundy more credit than he's given, because he did make the playoffs. This is the last time you saw his team in the playoffs, and he's made the finals before Dwight Howard too.
No, the difference, Easy, is that this man JB is the youngest coach by almost a decade between all of those hires.
That's a great point.
So that to me is a difference more so than the fact that they're all coaches that recently got fired that Tom Gore stepped in and hired, because you know what, at the end of the day, the difference is that Monty was not able to connect with the players. You know, he just wasn't. And part of that was on lack of effort on his part, but part of it too was it felt like very much a generational thing. It felt like, the young guys couldn't relate to him. JB Bickerstaff, while he has an impressive NBA resume, is only 45 years old. So that to me is the biggest
younger
difference.
Than Stick.
That's why I wanted
Love you, Stick.
That's why I want Chris Quinn, because he's like 40 or 42, something like that. But I mean, look, JB is in that same ballpark of age. So I think that's the type of coach that can relate to a young locker room and get them. To me, the concern is, will his message wear out, and will the young guys continue to accept it? That's a whole nother thing. But I think that's the big difference.
Real quick to that, the message wearing out, and only because we were supposed to have that guy from Locked On Cavs. I want to get his perspective of him leaving there. It wasn't a team like tuned out to the message. It was Donovan Mitchell.
I heard, and we know Donovan Mitchell's a diva. We've heard reports on that before. And this is, I think there were a couple extenuating circumstances with the coaches before. Like, you bring in Stan Van Gundy, and he was a good coach. He was just a terrible GM.
Yeah.
So you gave him too much power, and he was just flat out, as a coach for the Pistons, he was a good coach. He just made awful moves as a GM. You bring in Dwayne Casey, he is in an area where they are blatantly and obviously tanking, where they're not trying to win any games, where they're trying to get the number one pick in the draft, and they're trying to do that. So he wasn't really set up for success. You bring in Monty Williams, and he doesn't want to fucking be here. His head's not in the game. He's not the coach. He doesn't want to coach this team. He wants to be, at home with his wife, and he doesn't have his whole heart into what he's doing.
Yeah.
You bring in JB Bickerstaff, he's here to win games. He is not given too much power as a GM. He is not 1 foot out of the door. Like, he is here to come in here to win as many games possible, to prove people wrong, and to bring this young roster to a place it hasn't been before. So I think he is the best out of the four because of the circumstances that were placed around the other ones. He is in a situation right now where he's going to prove people wrong that said he was a bad coach in the NBA or he lost the Cavs or he doesn't deserve to be a coach in the NBA. He's not going into a situation where he has all this power over his head and has to make all these decisions, and he can just go in there and worry about winning. They're not tanking anymore. They're worried about winning. So I think he's in the best situation.
Caleb?
Yeah, this is a guy you bring in, kind of like Chris said, he's 10 years younger than these other coaches we brought in, but he has 20 years of experience coaching NBA basketball. And I love kind of the angle you guys are taking with when he has that he has a chip on his shoulder. Because, the Cavs kind of got him out of there, and he goes to a team in his division, a team that stinks, and, he's coming here to turn it around. And I love that, and I hope he does.
If I was JB Bickerstaff, every time we played the Cleveland Cavaliers, I would have Ausar Thompson make his only goal the entire game to put Donovan Mitchell in a fucking bread box. I would put him out there and be like, Ausar, he doesn't touch the fucking ball the entire game. And you show him that this is why I should have been here. Ausar Thompson, Ron Holland, whoever it is, your only mission this entire game is to make sure Donovan Mitchell doesn't touch the ball. Just have them full court press Donovan Mitchell the entire game. That's what I would do if I was you. Pettiness to the max.
And that's what he is. He's got that type of attitude. I mean, Trajan Langdon, his job was to go out there and find that fucking dog. And I think that's what a little bit JB Bickerstaff has in his game. If you watch those clips of him on Twitter and whatnot, where he's going back and forth with referees, and usually it's like quiet, subtle bullshit. JB Bickerstaff, he's like, no, it sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
Yeah.
And the part where people are saying he lost the locker room, and shout out to our guy Czar, who posted on his Twitter. It was them after, I don't know if it was in the playoffs or whatnot, but it's him. They're all in there posing, like having a good time. And again, from the Cavs guy, it was like a Mitchell thing. I'm excited for him, man. I think he's a great coach. I signed him with multiple different lineups. I don't think he had enough to. The people were saying the playoff stuff, and Chris, I know you were one too, but there's not enough sample size to have that take. If your expectation for that Cavaliers team wasn't the Eastern Conference Finals or NBA championship, it's not fair to have that take.
No, again, Eazy. It's never about this year. You keep bringing up this year. I'm talking about last year when they fell flat.
So was your expectation last year? The Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA championship?
I expected them to dog walk New York. I did. I expected them to absolutely destroy New York. Yes.
Didn't happen.
Yeah. That's the problem. That's exactly.
Is New York,
that's my analysis.
But you're the same guy who before the playoffs said you see New York going to the finals
this year.
Last year, he's talking about
this year. I'm talking about 2 years ago.
A year ago.
2 years ago now.
Well, no, they only been in the playoffs twice. The Cavaliers.
Yeah.
So this year would have been his most recent year,
and
the year before that would be the one that you're talking about. So a year ago. Yes. Come on, motherfucker.
Okay. Sure.
What do you think this is, Chris?
You know what I'm saying.
2 seasons ago.
Yes, 2 seasons ago. There you go. But I think is there one to the people the faction people out there, the people that believe in the faction, is there any type of concern that it seems
babies?
like all the reports, no, it's a new month now. All the reports are that they really wanted to go with the young coach and then they last minute switched to JB Bickerstaff. Does that point to any type of? Because I've seen Koo talk about it. I've seen James report on it. That again, Sean Sweeney was the other quote unquote finalist for the job, and the other one was Micah Nori. So
Sydney Sweeney would definitely sell tickets if you had her coaching.
Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed
boxing one.
Yeah. What are we boxing?
Yeah, exactly. No, but I mean, I'm talking about James, who is. I'd probably say that he's close with the Pistons. When Tom Gores wanted to put out a message last year to save his ass or save face a little bit, he spoke through James. Yeah. So he's probably the closest with the organization, but he mentioned a bunch of people. He kind of was, and talking shit, my guy. But he was like, I was also one of the only guys that, count JB Bickerstaff as a candidate for this job. Don't forget James Borrego was in it too, former coach. It was more than just those young guys. And obviously, you see the hiring. But is there a possibility maybe just like James Borrego, people didn't want it?
Is somebody gonna match?
I don't know as assistant coach for the I don't know why you turned that down.
Obviously, there's two different because one of the things that's been reported is that it was very clear that they wanted the experience of JB, or they valued the experience of JB, and that's part of the reason he got the job. But then before that, the reporting was they really wanted to go with a younger coach. So that obviously those are two totally different things in terms of preferences. So I was wondering if that kind of I wasn't wondering, but I've seen it on Twitter. People wondering if that kind of points to more of the factions still kind of taking place. But
hopefully, I'm not giving them anything to prepare for. But I'm gonna do the vibe check for this presser because Troy, in fairness, probably had a
When's the presser?
They haven't had one yet, and I don't think they've announced a day to have one. You got
for
Caleb, Nick,
Bickerstaff?
have you guys heard one at all
I haven't heard one.
for JB Bickerstaff?
I have not.
I'll try to get a feel for that interaction. I guess
Yeah.
see if it's something like you truly picked. What up, Nick?
I think one of the common things with all of these guys that have brought in is they were scapegoats in the other situation. Maybe not as heavy with Tim Hardaway Jr., but I heard a lot of blame. He wasn't stepping up like he needed to in the playoffs. Obviously, Tobias Harris gets a lot of slack. I've seen so many videos coming out of Philly just absolutely clowning the guy.
That's Philly, though.
And true that. But I mean, some media too. And then you think about JB Bickerstaff being the biggest scapegoat of them all out of the Cavaliers, and that's a head coach. So I think all three of those things combined is honestly pretty big coming together in Detroit, a team that was a laughing stock and has been the laughing stock of all franchises in all sports. And three guys that got scapegoated to get sent down to Detroit to basically have their careers die. I think that can rally the troops together, and I think it will going forward.
Hey, Tobias chose us. He chose to kill his career. He unalived his own career.
Sacrificed himself, Tobias Christ.
Yeah.
That's a bar. That's gonna be a Babytron bar. I promise you. I promise.
Shout out
Tobias
Babytron.
Christ.
Yeah.
Another thing too is when these coaches end up being the scapegoats. Typically, I think that's a general manager trying to fucking save themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I got this guy Donovan Mitchell. Don't look at the fact that I traded 15 picks for him and that fucked up a good thing. I got him that he's fucking it up.
Yeah,
he's a problem.
Hey, I drafted this guy Killian Hayes. Our coach can't develop him.
Yes.
So I got to get rid of this guy because I know he won Coach of the Year last year, but you can't make Killian Hayes work. Come on.
And then Arn Tellem was like, this dumbass drafted Killian Hayes.
Yeah.
Why don't we go hit coaching hire?
Yeah.
We got Lions topics for you guys for the first time in a while that we would get to, but not before. We're going to let you guys slide the chat. We got Red Wings news, too. Stuff I'm excited to get to as well.
Damn, Chris, you're getting exposed right now.
Yeah, I see DNC. I see DNC in the chat saying that Sean Sweeney is also 40 years old and Borrego is 46.
I thought you meant younger as experience. That's what I took it as.
Yeah, that's exactly what I took it as, is experience, dipshit.
Damn,
Chris.
Whoa.
Yeah,
turning heel on us.
Not to you, obviously.
No, the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F the people. Back
Going
to you guys.
at him.
Is somebody on a match, my freak?
My freak.
Let's go to break. Tell us about Feldman.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you and catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda. A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of. And guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out PremierPetSupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Every single morning when you wake up, make sure you're putting on Wake Up Woodward. It's 8 to 10 a.m. live on Woodward Sports. Join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG every morning as they cover all the Detroit sports every single morning. Make sure you're putting on Wake Up Woodward, 8 to 10 a.m. live on Woodward Sports.
What?
Commercial bitches ashy as hell.
Welcome to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spinmo Rax,
Hello.
Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Microwave Mario. We got Caleb in the building as well, guys. Hit that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Crew, chat. Where do you guys want to take this? We got the revenue topics for you and Nick.
Yes.
Yes. What'd you say?
Yeah, I don't know why you said that. I don't know. Yes. We also have the.
That's not how I laugh.
The Eazy Expressway, which I know I'm gonna get heat just from Booner on. I don't know why he lets it bother him so much, but I actually kind of believe in the Eazy Expressway. Like, it's not like a shtick.
You didn't believe in the Spenny Path. You thought I was. You called me pandering. You said I was pandering, but now that you believe it makes sense.
Well, it's different now.
No, it's not. It's the same exact thing.
It's totally different.
How is it different?
You want to get into it?
Yeah.
All right.
Explain.
First of all,
do you think they're
you
gonna
ain't
win the
rap
Super Bowl?
long enough. Secondly, you busted. I'm playing. Difference is Tom Brady.
Busted where?
Tom Brady's saying like the things that we've.
So you make your opinion based off of what other people say, and not what you actually believe.
Sure. When Tom Brady's saying something, yes, I do believe in it a lot more than I believe fucking. No offense, but a great athlete. That's am I right?
I told you Dan Campbell was Dan Campbell guy, and that was off vibe.
Yeah, I believe in Tom Brady's word more than you.
Vibe.
I also believe in this next gentleman's word more than you as well, because this guy actually plays on the team. This guy's actually supposed to be an X factor on this Super Bowl run. This is a guy in the team, captain, if you will, that's bought into the Eazy Expressway.
When those young fans and maybe some new friends like Ricky Fowler ask you, is this the year? What do you tell them? What are you telling people right now?
I feel like it's the year. I mean, with every fiber of my body, I feel like it's the year. And, I honestly, I believe from this year on, every year is the year, with the guys that we have. And, I hope that we're going to sustain this success for a long time.
That's different from when you say it, Spencer Morgan Raxter.
So are you going to put money on it?
This year is the year that's coming from Aiden Hutchinson, the fucking dog on your defense, an X factor on your defense, probably the best player on your defense. Maybe Brian Branch becomes that guy, but listen, when Tom Brady says it, when Aiden Hutchinson says it, yes, the Eazy Expressway is very much alive, and it's an expressway, and not the spinny cobblestone path, and not the Booner path. It's an expressway that's a fast track to one destination, and it's a fucking Super Bowl. And it's this year. It's happening this year. You and I called it. During the last game, sorry, I fucking stumbled that one.
Duralast?
We called that the San Francisco 49ers game, that this year's the year. They have to go all in. More than ever, Brad Holmes invested in his team in the offseason. He's giving out contracts again to DJ Reader. He traded draft assets for a guy you may have to re-sign afterward to in Carlton Davis. He also traded draft assets to go and grab Terrion Arnold. He's spinning bread. He's never made this type of investment in his team yet. I'm bought in. The Eazy Expressway is the Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl this fucking year.
Are you going to put money on it?
I will put money on it, yes.
That's what I like to hear.
I think the Detroit Lions can win the Super Bowl this year.
Well, it feels good. It's about damn time. Because, yes, the Detroit Lions, I don't think they can. I can't see it happening. They are winning the Super Bowl this year. That's what it is. It's not, maybe it'll happen eventually, or when it happens, just make sure. No, they're doing it this year. They were one of the top 4 teams in the NFL last year, and they got better. They improved their best weakness in the secondary and the defensive line. You added coaches to both of those positions. Yeah, it's not a path. It's anything. Fuck all that. It's a fact. It's Spenny facts. And the facts are the Lions are going to win the Super Bowl this year.
We're selling shirts.
That's what it's all about. Because it doesn't matter what path you take to get there. It matters when it happens. And it's happening this year.
Yeah. We told you, I give you the example of Brad Holmes kind of going all in, giving more money out than he's given out previously before, making longer commitments contract-wise, like 3-year deals versus like these 2-year deals he usually gives out in the market. And then you also got this guy, Ben Johnson, who is on the cusp, could have been a head coach last year. Matter of fact, I understand that Dan Schneider was like one of the worst owners in NFL as of recently, or maybe even NFL history. He was a piece of shit, truly was. He was forced to sell a team. NFL never does that. It's a good old boys club, right? He knows he's got dirt on everybody. He threatened it.
I mean, he hit the trifecta. He went after gay people, women, and black people.
No, that's John Gruden.
That was John Gruden.
Yeah.
But weren't they emails with Snyder?
Probably. At some point, I'm pretty sure. I know Jay Gruden.
He's like, back me up on this.
But regardless, he's gone.
We hit them all.
He's gone. Magic Johnson and others now own this team, and they're no longer even called the same name they were under Dan Snyder. You have a number 2 overall pick in this. As head coach, pick your quarterback and how you want to do it. Like, that was a fucking perfect place for him to go in Ben Johnson. I believe that cap space available too. Like, but he turned it down.
He turned it down.
For this year, to hop on that Eazy Expressway. They made it off the boat. You know, it was a little bit storms. There was snow. They made it to the tropics. Now they're off the boat, and now they're going to the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, and like I've been saying for a couple months now, like, if the Lions don't win a Super Bowl this year, the season is a failure. Flat out. That's all that matters. That's the only thing that matters. If you don't win the Super Bowl this year, your season was a failure. You got the cute playoff win out of the way. You got the cute division title, first time ever, out of the way. All that stuff's done. Now your expectations are to be the best team in football and to win the Super Bowl. And if you don't win the Super Bowl, the season is a failure. Flat out. I don't care if you go further. I don't care if you win the NFC Championship and get to the Super Bowl. That makes you the first loser. Win the Super Bowl or the season's a failure. That's all. That's the only thing that matters. That is the only thing that matters.
And the biggest thing stopping this team last year from actually winning that Super Bowl, in my eyes, was the defense. You think about DJ Reader. Where has he gone in his life? He's been to a Super Bowl. He has that experience. You think about Carlton Davis in the secondary. What's he done? He's actually won a Super Bowl with the Bucs. You think about an extremely talented rookie that you are putting on the outside in Terrion Arnold. All of these 3 pieces specifically are going to help this defense actually turn it up a notch to a new level that we haven't seen in a long time, and especially to pair with this top 3 offense. That's why the Detroit Lions will get to the Super Bowl and will win the Super Bowl. Let's go Lions. It's that improved defense is the biggest key reason why, in my eyes, why they can actually do it this year.
And we talked about it. We talked about a top 10 defense is what they're going to have this year. It's going to be a top 10 defense because you look at it, they had the second best rush defense in the NFL last year. So if their passing defense isn't the worst in the league, it's pretty easy to see them being a top 10 defense. All they have to do is have a middle of the pack passing defense, and they will have a top 10 defense in the NFL. And I completely expect that to happen with what they did in the secondary, with improvements from young players like Brian Branch and Jack Campbell, bringing in a guy like DJ Reader to help them not have to sell out on the run to stop it, and bringing in new position coaches like Terrell Williams. They're going to be a top 10 defense in the league next year.
Sheesh. I saw a tweet from Terrion Arnold today, retweeting himself in the jersey, so I can't wait.
Terrion's going to be a dog, dude. I already know it. Like,
yeah.
You just know it. If Brad Holmes likes you, and Brad Holmes goes and gets you, you're going to be a dog.
Week 1 starter.
Go out there and you find that fucking dog.
Find that fucking dog.
Look, I try so hard not to be biased.
Not so far?
Yeah. I try so hard not to be biased. But you look at this team, there's no, they're so fucking good. They fixed every problem they had last year. Secondary, and you get, I've been thinking about James Houston a lot lately. You bring him back, if he's fully healthy, if we get what we got out of him in his rookie year, that's going to be a problem. But we could say all these things, they got to go out and fucking do it. And I agree. Eazy Expressway, going to the Super Bowl, winning the bitches here.
Let's fucking go. Buddha, I'm so sorry. He's going to be so pissed.
He's been defending himself in the chat. He's good.
Oh, he's here?
Everyone knows it's a joke.
Yeah, but nobody knows. I mean, it's kind of his fault.
It's original idea.
It's original idea.
It is.
Mine's different. Mine's Super Bowl.
Nobody knows what his is.
It's do or die.
Anytime we ask him what it is, he gets mad and starts yelling. It doesn't have to be a take. It could just be a vibe.
Yeah.
Well, what? You don't need to just give takes. You can just give vibes out there. I was like, what does that even mean?
He did yell at us about that.
We've had multiple conversations that end up with Booner just yelling stuff like that.
And I guess here's the one part where it's going to not be so much like sunflowers and rainbows. And we kind of already said that. But I don't know if it happens beyond this year if you lose Ben Johnson. I don't. Guys, Aiden Hutchinson going to be eligible for a contract next year. Like shit's going to start changing here soon. Yeah. Because Brad Holmes, it's a good problem to have, but he's too fucking good at drafting these people. We're already talking about Aleem McNeil being an all-pro this year. We had Mina freaking Kimes in the show. Aleem McNeil, it's not like he's had tens years with double-digit sacks and whatnot. Like, he's just now breaking out. Mina Kimes, when I mentioned Lee McNeil's name, she said, ooh,
he's good.
Did something different to him.
He's so good.
He's good. And that's another guy's going to get paid soon, too.
Yep.
I'm not the only one saying it. I mean, I probably with the first, you know what I'm saying? You know, we're heavyweights right here, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, Weezy D313. It's an all-encompassing thing. Anything good that happens is a part of the Booner Path. It's literally, it's like he's an omniscient viewpoint. It's just, this is all the Booner Path. No. So that's why he can't get mad at it.
He left? Did he dip?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy. We'll put him on the thumbnail tomorrow as JoJo Siwa. Make up for it. All right. Detroit Lions going to the Super Bowl. I want to know about the Red Wings when we get back. But first, tell us about Guardian Alarm.
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You call them anytime, day or night. No Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserve technology that's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sends you.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
This summer, Dispo Dispensary is turning up the heat with amazing giveaways and exclusive offers. Enter for a chance to win a signed football jersey and helmet from your favorite sports team. Screenshot this image with the QR code, bring it into any of their one locations to get it scanned, and you'll get a free $10 to spend in-store, and you'll automatically qualify for the giveaway. It's Dispo Dispensary. Visit today. You must be 21 up in order to participate. DispoShops.com. Shout out to Dispo. Definitely started the day. Not start the day.
I didn't know there was Shark Fest and Shark Week.
I mean,
that just sounds like capitalism.
It's a big money grab. Don't give in the big shark, bro.
I like sharks. I'll definitely give in the big shark. I'm a shark.
One of them.
I'm a Shark Week guy.
You're literally one of the. You want to know what? Like a little hidden joke in SpongeBob?
Yeah.
You know the fish are just the same fucking people.
Yeah.
The sheep just fucking mindless. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't be one of those.
Because I like sharks.
Because you fell for it.
Big shark got
you fell
me.
for big shark.
I like to think there's like four sharks like sitting in a van listening to us right now. Like, oh, they got us.
There's water leaking.
You mess with the squirrels, Morty.
Smash that like button, be your friend, tell a friend, share the stream. I'm Eazy, Spimo Rex, Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Microwave Mario. We got Caleb, aka Big Sess in the building. Is it Sess or Big Sess?
That didn't feel right, man.
Big
Sess. I don't know. I don't know if I like that.
We need a new nickname for Caleb. Hey, listen. You guys delivered when we asked for a nickname for Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
You guys actually executed that one.
Shout out, Chef.
Can we get one for I got Caleb here?
Yeah.
I'm an easy target. You could look at me and be like, there's a lot. There could be a lot out there. I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see what they come up with.
Don't do that.
Sester.
Sester.
Seston Hyman. El Cesarino.
All right, man.
Big cup of Sess. Rough Sess.
Hardcore Sess. All right, come on, what are we doing?
I think we're getting somewhere.
I like rough Sess. I think it's
I love Russ Sess.
Oh,
Sess on the beach.
Sess on the beach.
All right, Detroit Red Wings were graded yesterday in The Athletic. They made an article. Our guy Nick read it. And good or bad, Nick? What would they have to say?
so it was early winners and losers of day one from free agency, and there's been a lot of discussion in this town about Stevie Y, the Yzer plan, which way he's going with it. Obviously, there was a lot of big money handed out yesterday, and this is what Shania Goldman basically had to say. I'm just paraphrasing here. She said it was underwhelming. She said moving Wallman with the second round pick was definitely all right, I'm going to read this. I thought you guys were talking to me for a second. My bad. The offseason as far from Detroit Red Wings has been has gotten off to an underwhelming start. The Jake Wallman contract dump was an early misstep, but one that could be forgotten with the right and corresponding moves that explain why management needed to open up cap space. Those moves just haven't happened quite yet. Detroit missed out on free agents like Roy, who could have elevated its blue line after subtracting Wallman, Eric Gustafsson in place of Shane Gostisbehere, in a pretty lateral move. Extending Patrick King should give them a boost, especially after he has a full, healthy offseason to train, but management has yet to identify a David Perron replacement. Back in goal, the Cam Talbot signing crowds. And then the Detroit Red Wings showed much promise last season, but management has yet to punch up this roster to build on it. There's still a lot of time to make things happen, but maybe it's time to start questioning the Yzer plan. As the first loser on the board of the article, Spenmo, first thoughts on that. Is it time to start questioning the Yzer plan?
No, I don't think it's time to start questioning the Yzer plan, but I'm not surprised that they were listed as a loser in free agency because they didn't really make many moves in free agency. They only had kind of departures. They had obviously Perron leave, Gostisbehere leave. But when you look at guys that aren't a factor of free agency, like a full season of Simon Edvinsson being on this team, that is going to be obviously a plus for the defenses. He came in, he was your second best defenseman. So to have him on the team for a full year is going to help. Them re-signing Kane was huge. But yeah, they didn't add really much other than if you count re-signing Kane as an addition in free agency, they didn't add much to put them over the top. So I'm not surprised that they were listed as a loser.
Yeah, to me the biggest thing is it's early. And she stated that in the article, luckily, because we all think that there is a bigger move that is going to take place. My question to you would be, are you okay if that bigger move does not take place and they do go the same way as some of the other teams in this town and going with the young movement and relying heavily on these young prospects that Stevie's drafted moving forward? And that goes for everybody in the room. Easy, would you be comfortable with that after almost making it to the playoffs last season, maybe taking a step back for development this year?
I am. Listen, I've never met anybody more aspiring to me than Darren McCarty. I really can't. I'm trying to think of the top of my head. I don't. He's done everything he does in life, and he respects and looks up the guy named Steve Yzerman. Steve Yzerman just happens to be the general manager of this hockey team. He also has to be the former general manager of Tampa Bay Lightning, who also win multiple Stanley Cups. I will buy in. I'm bought in. I like the young pieces we have. I've had since we drafted them. I think Sweden is the hot new prospect pool in hockey. It just is. I think Steve Yzerman exposed that. I'd be cool with it. However, you don't also trade a young piece like Wallman and not have something else cooking. Something's got to be. Something's happening here. Yeah. $28 million, if not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
You famously said they're not getting more than 10 each.
Yeah.
That's Sider and Mo we're talking about that also, eligible for the extensions. Leaves money to happen, and a lot of money. It's like 10 plus.
Yeah, and you look at with the Trouba situation, the reason that trade hasn't gone through yet is because his wife is finishing her residency in New York. So, like, his doctor wife is dealing with some stuff right now, so we'll see what happens there. But, yeah, you don't move on from Wallman and bring in two goaltenders that have 4 on your roster right now to not do anything. Like, I think that Lyon is going to get out of here, and I think they're going to add somebody on that blue line still.
Yeah, you can only, I think in my eyes, you can only throw so many prospects in there at the same time without bringing in some key vets. And We saw it in the past when we did bring in a David Perron to help out a guy like Lucas Raymond make that transition. We brought in a guy like Ben Sherratt to help Mo Sider make that transition. And I think at this point, you're going to have to do something similar for guys like William Wallander and Albert Johansson to make that transition, because I don't know if Lucas and Sider, being 21 and 22 years old, are ready to make that transition.
That's what I was going to say. I think they are ready to make that transition. I think
so young,
I think
though.
Lucas Raymond is ready to be a leader on this team. He proved it last year at the end of the stretch. He proved it in the World Championships when he was an assistant captain for Team Sweden. Like, this is a guy who is he's seasoned beyond his years, and he's ready to be that guy. He's going to be your 40 goal scorer on this team this year. He's going to have an A on his chest this year. Like, he's ready for that. And I think Mo Sider is as well. Obviously, you still have guys like Patrick Kane and Dylan Larkin and Ben Sherratt in that back end who are guys that have played in this team or played in this league for a long time, so they can be the voices leading everyone. But for Raymond to step up and help mentor some of the young guys, I don't think that's asking too much at all. For Mo Sider, who is going to have the C on his chest after Larkin does, to step up and mentor some of the young guys, I don't think that's too much for him too much to ask of him at all.
My question would be, some of those guys that are coming up are like their age, or like maybe even older than like a Raymond in some spots. So I think having actual, like, besides Patrick Kane, like, I think having actual cup experience, like, on this team matters. And actual playoff experience matters. And I believe that's why we still do have a lot of cap space. I think that's why this is just one of the top names out there that I would actually take a look at, because of his two-time cup experience, because he just won a Stanley Cup, is Tarasenko. And I think he would immediately upgrade this offense in a way that I don't know a guy like Carter Mazer can right away, or a guy like Berggren can right away. But I think he could help those guys take a step when they are here on a fourth line, maybe a third line. So you're looking
for offense? I don't know if I'm looking for offense.
This is with a trade already hopefully made for a Trouba, or going a different route.
Yeah.
I don't know where that route is on the defensive blue line help, because we don't know who's available.
So how much are you giving Tarasenko?
I would probably, he won't do a 1-year deal right now unless it's with Florida. So I would look at a 2-year, 11 mil, 5.5.
2 years, 5 each. I wouldn't hate that at all. I wouldn't hate that at all.
That would be my go-to. And then you're bringing in a guy with actual cup experience. He's 1-2, an actual leader in this locker room to go with a Patrick Kane, to go with a Dylan Larkin. And so you don't have to rely on Raymond and Sider to step up in those roles yet, because I think their on-ice play shows extremely well going to the future, and I think both of them are going to be superstars. But when it comes to actual presence within that locker room, I don't know if they are ready to take that next step, being so young.
Do you think Tarasenko would sign that kind of deal, though? Do you think I think he'd be looking for something more like long term than just a 2-year deal?
Than a 2-year.
You see these guys getting signed for 7 years, 5 years. I don't know if he'd just be willing to accept a 2-year deal coming off of what he just did.
Yeah, he's 32. I mean, he's probably looking at like a 4, but like
at 32, that's where you're looking for your home forever. I think he's looking for a 5-6 year deal at 32 years old.
Then if he is looking for that, then I think he's gonna sign with like one of the bottom barrel teams and just take the money then, if that's the route that he's gonna go. But if Stevie can bring him in for 2 years, I would take a look at it, because I think it'll help this team. I think it'll help replace some of the production from Sprong and Perron that you just lost.
Yeah.
But obviously, we do need defensive help. And that's where I'm so curious to see what Stevie's going to do, or if he's going to rely on a Wallander and Johansson to come up and actually start producing right away.
I think there's still definitely someone he's looking to fill on that back end, on that blue line, whether it's Trouba, whether it's someone else. That is a guy that he is looking, or that is a place that he's looking to put someone in. Who else? You got Joe Pavelski. He's out there as well. Is that a guy you'd be willing? Because that's someone who I think it would be more likely for him to take a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal than Tarasenko. I think, like I said, Tarasenko at 32, I don't see him signing a 2-year deal and then trying to get that 5 or 6 year deal at 34. Like, if he's going to get a long-term contract for the rest of, or for the rest of his career, it's going to be right now.
So how old's your guy?
Joe Pavelski, he's old.
He's probably older than Patrick Kane, I think.
But he's still, I mean, he scored 27 goals last year. He's on the Stars. You know, is what?
I'm sorry.
He's 39.
Look, your guy's old.
He's gonna be 4. He's gonna be.
How old's your guy?
But it might be more realistic.
I'm not worried about the age of his guy.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying
where he wants to be.
The age
what type of contract.
the age range he's in. He wants a long-term contract. While Pavelski would probably take a year or two.
That
yeah,
makes
he's
sense.
gonna be 40 by the time the season starts.
I mean,
that's
we
crazy.
saw. No, that's a trade piece. Or is he free agent?
Pavelski's
he's
a free agent,
Yeah.
which would help out. On it, he would help out.
And he would cost more than that $5 million?
No, he would not. Being a 40-year-old,
I like that.
Yeah.
Pavelski would he would help out.
And he
What about Nikas from Carolina?
Hey, yo, relax.
He's a free agent as well. He's a winger. He scored 20+ goals last year. He's only 25 years old, so he is in a position as well where maybe he'll sign a 2-3 year contract to try to prove himself some more before he gets his actual deal. That's a guy who's been in the playoffs a couple years in a row. There are still some pieces out there. I just don't see Tarasenko at his age, at his where he's at in his career.
Would you be willing to give him more money last term?
Well, like a $6 million.
Yeah, like a $6 million compared to the 5 that I was talking about, 5.5. Or is he just not that guy in your eyes?
No, he is that guy. Like, but you got to pay your guys.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
That one, though.
We need to re-sign first and foremost Seider and Raymond long term. Get the deal done. I'm sure that's why it hasn't gotten done is because Stevie does not want to pay probably what it takes to get these guys back, but he'll end up getting to a deal because there's no way you let 2 of your first round picks go.
Yeah, they're both getting signed. They're both getting signed long term. You can take that to the bank. Tarasenko was making $5 million a year last year, and he won the chip. And now he is probably the best free agent remaining on the market. I find it hard to believe he's going to take under 6, especially if you're trying to get him on a 2-year deal. I can see him signing to one of those 5 years, $6 million per.
I don't know if anybody's going to give him that. That's actually like contending. Like if we can,
he's not worried about contending though. He just won a cup.
I mean, yeah, he signed with Ottawa before that year, so it's like we'll see how it goes. But this is the thing where I've talked about. I don't know if teams do this often, but it's giving higher price, shorter term. I've talked about this in a lot of sports, but that's talking about just spending when it comes to the owners. But I think this is what I would try to do because it matches up where you still can pay an Edmonton down the road a massive contract, which he'll probably get at one point as well.
Yeah.
I think we have the money to make it work. It's just about not giving him the extremely long term, which Stevie has proven to not want to give out.
He's not going to do that, no. And so that's if he's willing to accept a 2-year contract, yeah, I would love that. I would definitely bring in Tarasenko. We'll see, though. I wouldn't hate that at all.
And he's got to be cooking something, though. We're in agreement on that.
Yes.
And if he doesn't, is it our expectations change going into this year?
No.
It's real quick, too. So
I think they can make the playoffs with the roster they have right now.
Yeah, I think, me too. You're the one who sold me on that, by the way.
Yeah.
Good job on that. But the thing I see in the chat, people just degrading Wallman. It's not that anybody's in love with Wallman, that anybody thinks Wallman completes his team. It's the fact that you gave him up for literally nothing.
Yeah.
In money. Money's what you gave him up for.
To free up money.
Yes. And Stevie Y said himself, to free up money.
Yeah.
It's not, we miss Wallman. It's he's doing something. Something with money. Because these young guys don't cost money. And the young guys say it's going to cost him money. He still has the space to sign them and pursue whatever he's got cooking up. And somebody else in the chat, too, and you guys already knew this, too, Kaner came back for a reason. He didn't just come to fucking not do
Stevie Y definitely made some promises to him.
His contract's tied to this team winning games.
And making the playoffs. But let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's, because awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences the online and big box retailers. With one major difference, they are family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years with 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
All right, Spinmo. Welcome back to World Heavyweights, by the way. Easy, Spinny, Chris, Nick, Caleb. We're all smashing the like button. If you guys smash the like button, we hit, 200 likes? 100 likes? We're doing some smelling salts on this very show live. But before that, Spinny, which one
Caleb's going to do 2 at a time.
He's just always down.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll make you a star, kid.
You're going to be a star.
We have a coordinator of a respectable team. Self-admitting there's only one coordinator in the NFL that scares him. We also have Mina Kimes repenting for his sins again. But I'm going to leave it up to you what we do next.
Let's hear that coordinator entanglement. Shout out Will Smith. But yeah, the defensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills had something to say.
Number one, you got to choose one, so don't try and cop out of this one. Who is the toughest offensive coordinator in the NFL right now to prepare against?
Ben Johnson.
Gotcha. What makes him so tough?
It was funny. We were just having this conversation today. I think Detroit does a great job, and this is from years ago. They do a lot of things, and they do them well, which that's hard to do. That's hard to do, and it's hard to prepare for.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Give me your favorite Bobby. Bobby Flay, Bobby Petrino, or Bobby Boucher?
Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay.
Give me your top.
Dude's in there gooning.
Yeah, dude, what the hell?
Dude's edging in the booth. But no, yeah, you love to hear that, and it's what we have heard consistently and repeatedly from multiple defensive coordinators, defensive minds, and head coaches in the NFL. That Ben Johnson's legit. And for some reason, most Lions fans are the last ones to actually admit this. Like you guys are the ones that are like, oh, he's not that great. We'll be fine when he's gone. Like, no, there's a reason why people talk about him at this level. There's a reason why we talk about this level, why we've created smear campaigns for him every time he's tried to leave. Like, this guy is special when it comes to offensive minds in the NFL. He's up at the top of the echelon when it comes to offensive minds in the NFL. So that's not something you can just get rid of and be fine with. So I think that now that he's getting this recognition from other defensive coordinators and head coaches and people around the league, hopefully we start to thank him and praise him for what he actually is.
The Lions have only played the Bills once in the last 3 years since Ben Johnson's been a coordinator involved with the offense in some shape or form. Once. Not even the same conference as the Bills. But Ben Johnson shook that man so hard that 2 years later he's like, Ben Johnson. like there was no hesitation in the answer on that one. It was Ben Johnson as the scariest offensive coordinator in the league. He was forced to answer that one truthfully. And yeah, he mentioned that this, because I had to talk with our guy Lucas, and Lucas is a big KOC fan, Kevin O'Connell. And I'm just not sold yet. I don't think he's a bad coach, talking about the coach of the Vikings, but I just don't think he's a great coach yet. And then some shape or form, I don't know how it came about, he compared Kevin O'Connell to Ben Johnson, trying to make me see the light a little bit. I'm like, no. Ben Johnson, just as described in that video, does it all. No. He runs the ball, he can pass the ball, he does it with trickery, he does it with just smash mouth football. He's a fucking genius, bro. And he's our offensive coordinator on this Eazy Expressway. Shirt's coming soon. Out to you. No copyright.
No copyright. No Diddy.
No, Ben Johnson's a fucking man. You guys know how I feel about Ben Johnson. That was one of the things I was most excited to talk to a football nerd about many times was our guy Ben Johnson. And she seemed just equally excited.
She said the same thing that we've been echoing and that a lot of people in the league have been echoing. Like, his offense is hard to plan for. The way he calls plays is hard to plan for. And I brought it up about how, on Twitter a while ago, about how every single play he has designed to look the same thing, and he runs the same thing, and then he runs different action off the back end on the fifth time the defense sees it after they're lulled to sleep. And that's where you score a lot of touchdowns and make a lot of things happen. So it's awesome to finally have this in Detroit.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, we talk about him all the time, but I think another guy that deserves a lot of credit, and he gets a lot of credit, is Hank Fraley. Like, the stuff they do with the O-line, like, they're like pulling tackles. Like, I haven't seen that since like 8th grade football. But I guess when you have a freak athlete in Penei Sewell, you could do that type of stuff. But yeah, it all kind of starts with the O-line and Ben Johnson. It frees up Ben Johnson to do so many things in the run game as well as the passing game. But yeah, I'm so happy Ben Johnson decided to stay, and that's awesome to hear another coach say that he's the most scary offensive coordinator.
Let's fucking go, Nick.
You think about the weapons he has to play with. Sam Laporta, St. Brown, J-Mo, Gibbs, Demont, even Penei Sewell, you can disclose him as a weapon, as Caleb was just saying, and talk about pulling tackles. The reason why, a couple segments ago, why I said this is a Super Bowl team, nobody ever had a question about this team's offense. It was about the defense, which we are fixing. Because we know having Ben Johnson, Jared Goff, this offensive line, these weapons around him, is going to be a top offense in the league. Like, it's not even a question. Going into the year, we know that. Like, check that mark down. Like, check that box. And it's because we got so lucky in finding a guy like Ben Johnson, and we're lucky enough that he stayed. So let's just we're running it back for, the Super Bowl run. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Chris?
I mean, yeah. My question this whole segment has been, and I can't even come up with an answer, is where do you look for improvement when it comes to Ben Johnson in the offense? Like, you really can't, because he's mastered the play calling sequence. He has obviously a diverse playbook, and he's got a lot of weapons in a lot of different places, like Nick greatly highlighted. So to me, when I'm looking at this, I'm like wrapping my brain around it, and it's a tough question to answer, but at the same time, a fun question to ask yourself is, how can this get even better?
It's we talked about it with Mina Kimes about the downfield passing and explosive plays in the passing game down the field, and that was a personnel issue for a while. But now that you have a guy in Jameson Williams who expect to take that next step and be that guy down the field, I think we're going to see more of that in the offense, and it's going to be fun to watch, because now you've obviously got the running game on lock. You got the best offensive line in the fucking NFL. You have the best running back tandem in the NFL. You can do that whenever you want. The middle of the field is unlocked because you have guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta who make their living as all pros in this league in the middle of the field. Now you look to the outside and down the field shots, and that's where a guy like Jameson Williams is going to step up and bring this already top 3 offense in the NFL to the next level. And we're going to see Ben Johnson utilize him more. We saw it at the end of the year, him getting more creative with his route packages and different things like that. And now we're just going to see it unleashed throughout a whole season.
Well, speaking of leveling up, I mean, that just happens with the natural progression of being an NFL player majority of the time. From your first time stepping in the game to your sophomore season and beyond, like, you continue to grow. We've seen it with guys on this team already. We've seen it with guys that we didn't believe in at certain points. I mean, Fonte Melifonwu, we thought was just a little bit waste of a draft pick. And lo and behold, next year, you got Spinney saying if he continues that again, he's the greatest safety of all time.
Facetiously saying that, but yes.
Well, yeah, but if he did, that's the conversation he's in.
Yes.
That's what he flashed. You got Brian Branch flashing a lot of good stuff. Aiden Hutchinson, and yes, that was what happened with Sam Laporta, and that will also happen with Jahmyr Gibbs. On top of just the things that got me going, that birthed the Eazy Expressway, if you will, was Tom fucking Brady saying, one of the things that made him champion was also having that football acumen of the same offense, time after time, year after year. Tom Brady, Tom 7 fucking rings. Tom Brady saying that, and that's exactly what the team is. Heard Dan Campbell say it's football, 401 for these guys. It's
a master's course. It's a doctorate course in football, and we've talked about it before. I know I've mentioned it quite a few times that Jared Goff had never had the same play caller and quarterbacks coach twice in a row in his career. And now this is the third year in a row he's had the same quarterbacks coach and play caller. Yeah. So he is the most comfortable he has ever been in an offense in his career, and that's going to bring out the best of all of them.
Speaking about one thing that wasn't the best, shout out Eazy in the chat. I questioned the offense, tell them to score points in the third quarter. How do you guys think we can fix those third quarter woes that we've seen this year or this past year, like moving forward?
Come out swinging.
Not passive at all.
Not
even
passive.
With the
Go
lead.
out there and go for throats. You're at the lead. I want to see a bomb to Jameson Williams in the first play from halftime. Like, go out there and don't let the adjustments that the defense made to your running game and different things like that at halftime affect you. You go out there and they're expecting the right jab. You throw a left hook and you leave them on the mat. Like, that's how you got to do it.
Let him cook. That's what makes him dangerous too.
Yeah.
Line up the same way Meaning broke it down.
I agree with the third, come out swinging in the third quarter. But one thing Ben Johnson is really good at, and Dan Campbell as well, is not abandoning the run. I think we could run the ball every single play and still put up 25 points a game. And I think they know that. Jared Goff, we really haven't seen it, but yeah, I just think Jared Goff could throw the ball 15 times and we could still be a very, very good offense.
I agree.
I'm with you on running the football. And to be honest with you, too, if you do go back and you look at those third quarters, I do wish they would have ran the ball in the Chicago one specifically, talking about when we were in Chicago. But it's just weird things happen. Fumbles on kick returns. Jared Goff throwing interceptions, two of them the same. It's just. I
was also going to say this defense is going to help the offense in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Setting them up with short fields, turning the ball over, getting turnovers from the other team. This defense is going to help the offense be better by going out there and making plays to set them up for more success.
Amen. And if you want to be set up for success, make sure you're the best backup plan in the game.
Randy
Wise. Scan the QR code above my head. Because it ain't Swiss Insurance, it's Randy Wise. And you can join the Celebrity Golf Tour with the likes of Braylon Edwards, Michigan's greatest wide receiver of all time. Join him on the Michigan Golf Course by scanning the QR code above my head. It's a Randy Wise Celebrity Golf
He's
Tour.
golfing on Sunday.
Check it out.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza are taking over Michigan. Locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit. You know they got their delicious chicken tenders, but the biscuits, I'm telling you guys, they have the best biscuits in the game. As a fat guy telling you that. They are good as hell. Go eat some. They've also got the potato wedges, the New York style pizza, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, all the good sides. So make sure you check out Soroki's. They just opened a location in Madison Heights, or you can go to Sorokis.com to find a location nearest you. Soroki's. Now that's crispy.
Hey.
It's so good.
Soroki's,
It's so good.
What do you say, something, Nick?
No, that's crispy.
Now that's crispy.
I'm crispy.
I'm crispy. Yeah, I'm crispy.
I'm crispy.
Do you have that one 3 cams by chance? The Mina Kimes one?
No, but I can 3 cam it. Give me 2 seconds.
All right.
Why would you
Bullshit.
3 cam?
You can even do it the next time, huh? I guess it'd be safe.
All right, you want it?
Yeah.
It's right here. There we go.
I'm doing the Baltimore versus the Detroit Lions. So we are chalk now with last year's playoffs. Who would you have as the third team, Baltimore or Detroit?
Detroit.
I'm going with Detroit. And this doesn't take away from me believing that the Ravens were the best team in football last year. Because along with believing that, I believe the Detroit Lions should have been in the Super Bowl, not based on being the best team, based on the way that they had played up until the beginning of the second half in the NFC Championship. You fortified your team by giving your best 3 offensive players new deals. Right? When you think of Penei Sewell, you think of Amon-Ra St. Brown, and also you go to the quarterback, Jared Goff. But what they did defensively, especially with Terry and Ono, I think this is such a great pick. I think it's such a piece that adds to what you want to do if you're Dan Campbell, but also to a back end that was really a liability last year. Let's not forget, Mina, the reason we're sitting here and we're talking about San Francisco in the Super Bowl is because Kendall Vildor lets a football hit him in the face mask and Brandon Ayuk catches it because you're not able to get stops. The only thing I do wonder, and I think, you'd be the perfect person to talk to this about.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with the echo or whatever is happening there, but they're basically.
That's and if you guys watched last week when we had her on, she did give us a little sneak peek. I promise Detroit Lions would be high up there on the list 3. And listen, you guys, I saw my guy Steve O'Baby in Woodward Sports chat. What happened to you, Eazy? What happened to you? You're on the realistic side. All that, this is realistic. Super Bowl or bust. It's realistic. This is not just us saying it here as Homer Slappy fans. No, it's across NFL media. That's Ryan Clark, former Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl champion. Detroit Lions, number 3 in the league. And by the way, I think they're better than the San Francisco 49ers. It's just Brock Purdy leveled up in that game. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, obviously we had our own faults too with Jameer and
they choked. The Lions choked in that game. I know people were like, "No, it wasn't a choke. Don't say it was a choke."
No, who said
if you were up 21 points and you lost, you choked. Like that's what happened. So that's a big reason is to not do that next year. To not drop key balls in situations. To not fumble the ball when you need it. To not allow 27 unanswered points. Like. That's not something you can do and expect to win games, especially in the playoffs. I like what Ryan Clark said about them fortifying their offense by, cashing in Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Penei Sewell to these new deals. Yeah, they went out there and they improved the defense greatly with Carlton Davis and Terrion Arnold and DJ Reader and Matthew Betts, just playmakers. So I expect them to be better. I expect them to not choke. I expect them to learn from those mistakes. I expect a coach who that was his first NFC championship game as a head coach to learn from his mistakes in that situation. A quarterback who finally got back there at the precipice. It should have been on him a little bit more because he's been there before. But now he knows he needs to lead by example if that ever happens again, to go in there and make sure some things like that don't happen. So I'm excited to see this team when they get back there and they right their wrongs and they win that NFC Championship game and on their path to winning a Super Bowl.
Eazy Expressway, baby. I hear the expression, looks like a duck, walks like a duck, talks like a duck.
It ain't damn mongoose.
It ain't a goddamn mongoose. And that's just what it is. Perfect example is in the opposite direction. Got the Dallas Cowboys. All right, they're putting up big numbers, blowing everybody out. They've quite literally only played 3 teams on their schedule above 500. They only won 1 against us in the most fuckiest fashion. What happened when they got to the playoffs? They got their asses fucking smacked because it looked like a duck, they walked like a duck, talked like a duck, and they fucking ducked out of the playoffs because they were bitches. They proved it. The Minnesota Vikings, speaking of bitches, when they won 14 games, all by 1 score or less, and the last fucking 2 minutes of every single game, it felt like, looked like a duck, walked like a duck, talked like a duck, and it ducked itself out of the fucking playoffs too. The Detroit Lions, looking the opposite direction, beating a teams above 500, going on the road beating these teams above 500, beating playoff teams. They're the real deal. And playoff teams in the playoffs, not just the regular season. At home, whooping ass from a former Super Bowl champion, Matthew Stafford, a former Super Bowl champion coach, and fucking forgot his name. Doesn't even matter, though. I don't think he's that good of a coach, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's it's built in the correct way. I know it's corny to say that, but this team is built in the correct way. It's not fugazi. It's not what they used to be, where it was just, okay, we've got Mega Arm and Megatron. Like, it's not just something that is a one-trick pony. They can do that because they control the trenches on both sides of the field, because they run the ball and they stop the run. And if you want to win in football, especially in the playoffs, you run the ball and you stop the run. That is how you win, and that's what the Lions did. They showed it. They built from the trenches. They built from the inside out, and they're reaping the benefits of it.
Todd Bowles is the coach I was thinking of too. But yeah, we've been everything that's gone in the opposite direction versus the Cowboys, the Vikings. Like they're legit. It's a real thing. That's why people are, I guess, addressing them as such. Caleb, Nick.
I think the amount of time that Brock Purdy had in that second half kind of showed in some points, but you think about a healthy James Houston coming back, Aiden Hutchinson, massive step, DJ Reader to go with the upgraded secondary. I think that easily makes a big difference. And then one of the biggest reasons why we didn't win that game, I mean, he might be your guy, Eazy, but Josh Reynolds dropping 2 massive passes in that game. There's no excuse.
I stopped you from overhating.
I mean, he deserved to hate a little bit. We would have been in the Super Bowl. But no, I think just small things like that lead into a big change. And I think that's what you're going to see this year instead of getting there into getting it done and just messing around on Josh Reynolds. But he was a big part of it.
I got you. I'm not discounting Brock Purdy in the second half of that game, guys. I'm sorry. We did choke for sure. But there's quite literally was different Brock Purdy the second half versus the first half. The first half, he was forcing those throws. They're getting tipped. Matter of fact, intercepted by our guy who just got married this weekend. Shout out Malcolm Rodrigo.
Shout out.
The second half, he was running those situations, and we just couldn't stop it. We had no plan B for that, and it killed us. But when we get back, I think I hyped myself, overhyped the Bears to myself today.
Surprise, surprise, you're a Bears fan.
The rest of this week, we're going to break down the rest of the NFC North and I guess how gauge them on a threat level towards the Detroit Lions. Starting with the Bears today.
Tell us about Swiss.
I'll tell you about Swiss. You're going to need it when you're done with our guy, Ben the Bane Davis. He's going to whoop your ass everywhere. You need deductibles. You need your rates to be affordable. That's why we got Mark. 313-530-1698. It's Mark at Swiss Insurance. It's Mark at SwissINS.com. 313-530-1698.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
This summer, Dispo Dispensary is turning up the heat with amazing giveaways and exclusive offers. Enter for a chance to win a signed football jersey and helmet from your favorite sports team. Screenshot this image with the QR code, bring it to any one of the locations, get it scanned, and you get not only $10 to spend in store, but you'll also automatically qualify for said giveaway. Dispo Dispensary. Visit them today at disposhops.com. You must be 21 and up. To participate. I'm not saying it. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. It's really easy. Joined by some more Rax. Young Chris Nicholas Kohloff.
Waiting for that.
Sorry, you're good. Last year, I think I had fun with it during the summer, and obviously summer gets kind of stagnant. But we kind of broke down each division. I figured we'd do the same thing this summer, but just start with our own and just do each team a different day this week. Start with the Bears. I think they're the most interesting, in my opinion. We saw what the Packers look like. The new look Bears, we don't know what they're going to be yet. But Spinny, I'm quite concerned. Obviously, on the lipstick part of it is the wide receivers and quarterback they got.
Yeah.
Those are like the sexiest piece to talk about. Caleb Williams, I'm assuming he's probably going to be an upgrade over Justin Fields.
Yes.
And even if he's not, they upgrade the piece around him tremendously. Roma Dunze, top 10 pick in the draft. Keenan Allen, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. He was in our top 10. Did we disrespect him in that sense?
I did 100%.
Do you have Keenan on your top 10?
No, I did not have Keenan in my top 10. He's borderline.
Yeah.
He's just older.
Yeah. Lack of respect from us, I guess. Also have DeAndre Swift as dual sweat, all the good stuff like that. We know the sexy parts. The part that I don't think is talked about enough is the new offensive coordinator. What is one team that's been whooping our ass like the past 3 years that we just can't seem to get over the hump with?
The Seahawks.
That's who they hired as their new offensive coordinator. The Seattle Seahawks former offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron. The guy that's been fucking clown. And I love Aaron Glenn. You guys know, defend the Glenn. That's me all day. Shane Waldron owns Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn, with all due respect, I'm not going to say it, but he's his B word. Yeah. Shane Waldron played that one like a puppet. And not only does he do it well, but he's done it with no offensive linemen. We were literally not able to get a single sack on Geno Smith last year until he just outran too long looking for like an open wide receiver. And Alex Anzalone, God bless him, on a sack.
With backup rookie tackles in.
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy is good. And he also has good pieces to work with. And that's why I was looking into it today. I'm like, fuck. That might be a problem. However, they're also, I just saw that. Did you guys see their favorite to make the playoffs this year?
The Bears?
Yeah, like minus 156. You see that?
I can pull up the live number right now.
Yeah, put up a FanDuel. I saw someone across Twitter.
If it's plus for them to miss, that's you can't miss that. Right? You gotta smash that,
bro. They're gonna be, and listen, we're gonna win the division. Detroit Lions are winning the division. I just told you Detroit Lions are winning the fucking Super Bowl. I'm just saying, in terms of the NFC North, just in these head-to-head matchups, I'm expecting the Bears to be, as they've been, kind of tough.
Yeah, obviously they're going to be much better than they were last year. I don't think anybody is questioning that. And they gave us some problems last year. You know, it went down to the wire in that game in Soldier Field when Aiden Hutchinson eventually had that strip sack. That was in Ford Field when Aiden Hutchinson eventually had that strip sack to seal the game. You know, and we know that Jared Goff struggles in Soldier Field. He threw a couple interceptions. Like, this is not a team that is to be taken lightly. You play them twice a year. They know you better than anybody in the NFL, and they improved a lot with the weapons to put around them, and obviously a guy who is potentially a generational quarterback.
To confirm, they are minus 120 to make the playoffs. They are favored. This was one of the teams that I was scared about after the draft when we started talking about win totals, and you know, I got a lot of shade for hyping up the NFC North because I think it's one of the best divisions in football.
No, you got shade hyping up the Vikings.
And the Bears.
More so the Vikings.
And the Bears. But, yeah, I think one thing that stands out to me on this team is a full season of Montez Sweat. He was acquired at the deadline, and I think he did help out that pass rush a lot. So I think having him for a full season, it doesn't worry me personally as the Lions because I have faith in our tackles, specifically Decker and obviously all-pro Penei Sewell, the best tackle in football. But Montez Sweat could wreak some havoc on other teams where you see that the Bears actually winning those games if they get a lead and letting him get loose.
Yeah, I know against us, I'll just even go back to the game that you were talking about, Spinny, there in Soldier Field. That defense had us figured out. And then you go, I used to listen to Amon-Ra St. Brother podcast like every week religiously. Great podcast. But following the game, his brother, and they shit talk, but I fully believe what he said because we witnessed it on field as well. We know we know how to stop your guys' offense. Like we have the piece to do it. We know how to deploy them to do so. And it's like you're not going to bully us around anymore. They're going to be hard fought games, and they were. And that's with a lesser version of this team.
Mm-hmm.
Again, winning the Super Bowl for sure happening. Just in a head-to-head matchup, though, when it happens this year, I'm probably not going to play with too many bets.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup. That's why those divisional matchups can sneak up and bite even the hardest teams. Like when the Tom Brady Buccaneers lost to the Saints twice in the regular season. And then they went and won the Super Bowl. It happens. You know, it happens. These teams study you more than any other team in the NFL. They play you twice as much as any other team in the NFL, so they're going to know what you like to do, your tendencies, your players more than other guys. That's just how it works. So, yeah, they're going to be a tough matchup for the Lions twice this year.
And that's just another reason why this year is the Eazy Expressway. It's this year, do or you got a team, and I get it. It hasn't happened yet, but I can make sense of them being a minus 156 or whatever it was to make the playoffs because, they're pretty stacked. And they gave us minus 120. Even fucking worse. I mean, well, not worse. But regardless, I don't think that's crazy. And this is Caleb Williams' rookie year. Like, this is a year where you're going to be able to bully him. You're going to stomp him out before he even gets that shit going. It's only going to get worse from there. That's why it's the Eazy Expressway. This year is the fucking year to win the Super Bowl.
Now, let me ask you this: when you're ranking the Bears as a threat in the NFC, and I know again the odds for them to make the playoffs being minus is crazy to me, but the question to me comes down to: are you more scared of this Chicago Bears defense or this Green Bay Packers offense? That to me is the conversation of, like, when you're assessing the threats in the NFC and the threat levels. I know it's two sides for each team, but that Packers offense tore us up, and that Bears defense slowed us down. So to me, I'm more worried about the Packers offense, which is why I don't. That plus the rookie quarterback is why I'm a little bullish on the Bears, but that's where I lean.
It's the Bears defense. Like,
you think so?
As much as obviously looked deadly, that second half of that Green Bay Packers game, they didn't do much. That's the reality of it. And I remember that vehemently because I was defending AG, as I always do. And then the other part of it too is, like, we did see them in the first half of the season and we whooped their ass. So, like, I've seen it. I lived that experience. I haven't lived an experience where we survived the Shane Waldron offense. I just haven't. I haven't lived an experience where this defense, after actually this entire year, hasn't given Jared Goff problems.
And Burns says the Bears play the Lions like it's a Super Bowl every year. This is your first season. They are always like this. Yeah, but the pieces that they have aren't always like this. The defense that they have isn't always like this. They don't always have the rookie quarterback who was the number 1 pick in the draft and probably the best trio of wide receivers in the division. Like, they have more pieces. They have more weapons. It's going to be tougher than just going up against the Bears. It's a pretty damn good Bears team now.
Where are you guys at confidence level wise when it comes to Caleb Williams making a smooth transition? Because we've seen guys like Trevor Lawrence, he's been that hyped up as a prospect when you hear about all the Mahomes comparisons because he can do things on the run, big arm, mobile. Like, that's where are you guys at with how quick do you think he transitions with all of those weapons on the outside?
That's the thing. All those weapons on the outside are going to help that happen very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon, with a guy that knows, that can undress his AG defense. Granted, AG hasn't always had the best, like, weapons to go to war with in that battle, but I think it's, again, against us specifically, very soon. I don't know how they'll fare against the league, and maybe it starts kind of like how it did for Jordan Love last year. The first half, you kind of get things underneath your feet underneath you. You're figuring out what you're good at, what you're not good at. And the second half, you got it down pack and you're off. But again, this year's our year, but they're on the come up. I can't deny it, and it is kind of spooky.
Yeah, they've got a good foundation set. They've got good pieces in place. They still got how do you say his name? Eberflus. They still got Eberflus, so that is a position that they got to worry about.
It's Beth, you're too distracted.
Yeah,
you gotta get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Try looking like, yeah, what the
She yells at me when I'm on the floor. You can't be in here. I was getting at the bank. But, yeah, so they still got Eberflus. You got to deal with that. I don't think he's going to be the head coach to take them places. And we'll see what happens, but they got a good team next year. They got a good situation lined up for the future.
Yeah.
They have rookie contracts and good players already locked down for a couple years. Yeah. So we'll see. Caleb, how you feeling about the Bears?
Yeah, that's a good team. Say what you want about Caleb Williams, but I mean, he's a great quarterback. And they loaded him up with weapons. But like Eazy keeps saying, this is our year. This is Detroit's year. But that's going to be a tough 2 games, maybe 3 games if we see him in the playoffs. We were one of the last 4 standing last year, and they beat us in the regular season. Yeah. Straight up beat us, outplayed us, and almost beat us
at home.
Yeah, at home. But thanks to a miraculous comeback,
a fucking hell of a game, dude. Oh my.
Yeah, that was a sweet game.
That was awesome.
Yeah, the Bears are a good team, and that defense is young, and they're very, very good.
Took them live in that game. That was everyone in Fort Field.
I did too, yeah.
Yeah, I took them. My dad wanted to head out. Like, he was like, "You ready to get out?" I was like, "Hey, we're coming back." Actually, that might have been the Packer game. Yeah, I think he was right with the Packer game. But yeah, I think you were right, Caleb. Like, this is a team and a threat moving forward. how does Caleb Williams, like, that's a question I posed to you guys, but, like, how does he develop into an actual NFL quarterback? Like, he was a Lincoln Riley offense at USC, and he was doing a lot of things himself. Now that he's asked to maybe stand in the pocket a little more, deliver those on-time passes to all of those stud wide receivers, we'll see how he transitions to that. Because he hasn't really been doing that in his college career. He's always been off-balance, off-platform throws.
Yeah, and I think that's because his offensive line wasn't too hot. Like, this is a position where he's going to be better if he just has to sit in the pocket and make on-time throws. He has an amazing arm. Like, you put him out there, and he's going to make some things happen. Lincoln Riley quarterbacks don't have a problem transitioning to the NFL. You look at guys like Kyler Murray and like Jalen Hurts, who have gone out there and they've done great things in the NFL. So I expect Caleb. I don't know where the Caleb Williams hate comes from. Like, I think this kid's going to be really good.
I think it comes from the nails and everything else.
Nick.
I missed it.
No, it comes from
it comes from the.
No. Is he a leader of men in the locker room? Damn it! Can he lead?
That's a good question.
That whole offensive line will be painting their nails if he hasn't had a couple wins.
You know, one is kind of crazy. Ryan
Jared McCain.
Yeah.
Did you see the one of him wearing the dress?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
different sport than football, though.
Yeah.
A lot less contact.
Rodman did it.
Maybe. That's true. But Rodman also was a dog.
And he pulled hose.
Yeah, Carmen Electra was a pole.
Yeah, that's a great.
That is a great pole.
Although Jared McCain's a good-looking kid, he'll probably get some hose if you want to.
Shaq used to get mad because he'd be sweaty and he wouldn't even shower, and he'd just throw his clothes on, go to the club. Women would be all over him.
Oh, still stinky and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Shaq said that?
Rodman. Yeah, that was in the doc, right? The last
Dennis Rodman wouldn't shower after practice. He'd just throw his clothes on, go right to the club, pulling all the bitches.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Dude had Riz. Like
He had
aura.
aura.
You talk about aura?
Yeah.
I saw some stupid-ass Lakers fans commenting under the pictures of Bronny and Dalton Connect saying, oh my God, aura. Look at that. All right, you guys are forcing it because that is the worst aura I've ever seen. Dennis Rodman.
A screenshot of the two of them. That is not aura.
Dennis Rodman had aura.
I got a little bit of breaking news here real quick before we go to break. I just gotta share this with you in particular. The Warriors are acquiring one Kyle Anderson for a second round pick. How you feel? Breakdown. Are they back?
Kyle Anderson's a fucking bum, dude. I hope Draymond punches him in the face too.
The Warriors back now?
No.
Championship loading? No.
Kyle Anderson sucks.
Okay. Just thought I had to check.
He's like Paul Pierce, but not good.
Caleb Williams is weird as fuck. No chance he's a good NFL quarterback. I'm trying to think of weird quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is really weird. Baker Mayfield's a weird guy.
I can't really think of too many weird, successful ones. No. I'll say Jim Harbaugh. But
Tom Brady's weird.
Russell Wilson.
Tom Brady kisses his kids on the mouth.
Russell Wilson is weird.
On the mouth.
Russell Wilson's cringe.
That's a good one. Russell Wilson.
Tom Brady's weird.
He's not that weird.
He's pretty weird.
You don't know him like I do.
I do. I know him pretty well.
Why is he weird?
He kisses his kids on the mouth.
Yeah, but he's not doing that.
And
to
he
teammates.
cries and says, "My dad."
Never know.
What is this? How he tells his younger teammates?
Yeah.
Come here, bud. Good job.
Come here, Gronk.
Oh my God, Aaron.
Have you guys ever seen his Under Armour commercial? By the way, one of the best sports commercials. Tom Brady Under Armour.
You would love an underwear commercial.
Yeah, you would love
Under
his
Armour.
underwear commercial.
Hey,
I'm not judging.
Under Armour.
You ever see Tom Brady's underwear commercial?
Where do you wear your Under Armour? Underneath your clothes, Chris. It's underwear. It's just a cooler way to say it.
Brett Favre.
Weirdo.
Brett Favre's weird for sure. He definitely steals money from charities. I'd say that's
Brett Favre's weird. That's a good one.
behavior. Sends unsolicited schlong pics.
Maybe he does suck.
Maybe
He does suck. That guy might have a point. I can't think of any weird quarterbacks.
We just named like 4.
Ooh, Brett Favre.
Russell Wilson, Brett Favre, Tom Brady.
I don't think Tom Brady's weird.
Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is weird.
Aaron Rodgers.
What do you
pretty
mean?
weird.
Aaron Rodgers thinks the world is flat.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Because weird moments are, like, we remember them. We make fun of them. That Jameis wins. DW's today.
Jameis is weird.
Give me a weird moment from
Yeah, he's weird.
from Hard Knocks last year with the Jets.
I didn't watch it, honestly.
He was normal. You see the clips, it would be viral. He's normal. He's just conservative.
He's more than just conservative. There's
he has
conservative,
beliefs.
and then there's whatever.
I don't think
Aaron
that's weird. He
Rodgers
just has beliefs.
He gave himself an enema. That is weird.
I don't. When did you? I don't remember
The
that.
ayahuasca, you like poop and yak like all over the place and trip balls.
Yeah, so he gave himself an enema first.
I don't think he gave himself an enema.
Google Aaron Rodgers self-enema right now.
I don't want to. How about you do that on your computer on the work Wi-Fi and then report back to me? Because I already have Skip Bayless shirtless in there somewhere.
That is true.
It's your turn. My turn!
Tell us about Mark White.
Skip Bayless. Mark White gonna do you right. Dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right.
$5,000?
$5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242. Visit them at markwhitesales.com. Again, call Mark White 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. They've got it all. I got my car from Les Stanford. You can too. Go check them out in Dearborn. Les Stanford, together, let's ride. What?
You're like Russell Wilson. Let's ride.
You want to do something dangerous? You ever do something dangerous? No, I've never eaten a Subway sandwich before. Russell Wilson. I hate Russell Wilson, dude.
He would definitely beat your ass.
No, he wouldn't.
Like, I know you looked up, you saw that video, you were shocked.
I beat the shit out of Russell Wilson.
He would beat the fuck out of you. I love you though.
I dog walk.
Fuck, did you see his shoulders, fam?
Off of pure hate. You seen my
I don't
shoulders?
think it works that way.
You see my shoulders?
Can it work off pure hate?
It does. And he's a dork. Probably never been in a fight in his life.
I feel like dorks get picked on a lot.
Not when you're the quarterback.
Daniel Cormier used to be a dork.
Yeah, well,
Look at
Daniel
him now.
Cormier is a crybaby bitch.
He'd whoop your ass too.
He definitely would. 1,000%.
Beat the dog shit out.
He would beat my ass. He would beat everybody's ass in here probably at the same time.
Not me.
Yeah, it'd be a fucking awful day. It would not be a fun day at the
I don't want to
office.
fight Daniel Cormier at all. Now, Russell
Fuck
Wilson,
no.
I beat the shit out of Russell Wilson.
Who would you rather fight, Daniel Cormier or Potan? I think Potan.
Potan, because it's just one
Get
hit
over quick.
knockout. Yeah, I'm not trying to get wrestled by DC.
Yeah, fuck that. All right, we have two things we could do. One of them, we probably just have to get out the way, and maybe Big Sess can contribute. Sess in the city.
Rough Sess.
Sess in the city. Yeah. He's got to say that every time he goes.
You gotta
to
give
Detroit
it your
now.
own segment and call it Sess in the city.
Sess
Dude.
education.
Just like man on the street.
On the street.
Man on the street.
For
Yeah.
Sess in the city, dog.
Sess in
Yeah.
the city.
I'll let you, the two nerds, go at it. Nick, you want to talk about Tigers trade deadline?
We can get into that tomorrow if you want, closer to. But I mean,
Sure.
there's just one thing that's specifically extremely polarizing about where this team is, and I didn't want to admit to it earlier in the year. And I know Caleb's put some tweets out there as well. I'm curious how everyone else in this room is feeling, though, if you guys want to go into the Scooble debate. Revisit it, because maybe a month or two ago, I was on maybe a different wavelength than where I'm at right now with the whole trading Scooble idea. But where are you guys at with it right now?
Trade him. Just kidding. I like school.
He's pitching tonight, and I'll probably watch. The only reason why I'll watch the Tigers.
I'm not going to watch.
How far away are they from contending at this point in the season? Because I've not been
They're
watching.
not. The
Ooh,
Tigers
they're
are
not
dead.
good. Yeah, they're not contending this season.
No, not this season. I apologize. That kind of came out weird.
They're like 3 bats away.
How far were they contending?
Pretty far.
they're farther than I think. I think they're farther than 3 bats away. Because now, like, the bullpen's not even good. Like, this team sucks so bad. they're awful at everything. Besides Tarik Skubal and Jack Flaherty and Riley Green, they're horrible. There's like no bright spots besides those 3 guys. And Jack Flaherty's gone. There's not a really good chance, but there's a chance Tarik Skubal's gone. And another bright spot was supposed to be Spencer Torkelson. And that we could talk about him all day about if he was good, this season might be totally different.
Oh, for sure.
But he's awful.
He's terrible. He's not good. He's not good at baseball. He forgot how to hit a fastball. He can't hit in AAA. Dude fucking sucks. And I hate to see it.
Yeah, he sucks. He's so bad. He's so bad. And you look at like these videos of him hitting homers and stuff in AAA.
Do that.
The swing looks the same. He didn't change anything. It's like all these home runs we're lucky that he's getting.
Yeah.
The swing didn't change a bit. Even I didn't even bring up Colt Keith. I'm not done with Colt Keith, but my patience is running really, really, really thin with him.
Say it.
Wow.
I'm not saying it.
I'm just
close.
kidding. I'm kidding.
But I'm close.
I know. It's every single prospect that was supposed to come up and help this team out is non-existent. We got a surprise in Wencel Perez. He might be an everyday, like, average player.
Wencel Perez is Willie Castro.
No, Willie Castro's balling out.
Yeah,
right?
we got rid of Willie Castro because he was Wencel Perez, and that wasn't good enough apparently. And now he's got like 1,000 OPS. Like, dude,
Derek Hill balling out. Like Jose Iglesias balling out.
I'm not blaming them. For
JD Martinez balling out. It's just all of these. It's when I went back to guys, I finally figured it out what the Tigers need to do, and it was selling this season for prospects that are not in this system and then unloading those for proven bats. Because I don't know what is so wrong in this Detroit Tigers system besides, like Broder just said it, McGonigal and Max Clark. McGonigal and Max Clark draft is where it begins. Are we really going to wait till 2026, 2027? Is that what we are doing?
That's what you're doing, Nick. You better be ready for it.
Dude,
you're popping that microwave popcorn one kernel at a time over the hot stove. Like, microwave Nick's going to be in shambles because this team is not going anywhere anytime at all. They're awful. And unless they trade and like pack it up, they're just going to continually stretch out being mediocre. And that's the worst place to be in sports. The worst place to be in sports is mediocre.
So one of the big comparisons I've been seeing online is the haul that the Nationals got for Juan Soto to the San Diego Padres. And that's like, obviously, Juan Soto is one of the best young hitters in the game. Tarik Skubal only pitches every 5 days. Do you guys think that affects at all a return that you can get because Tarik Skubal's a pitcher? Or do you guys think that even, like, where do you guys think the value comes in compared to a Soto, compared to a Skubal?
No, I think you'd get an insane haul from Tarik Skubal. Would you get a Tarik Skubal in that haul? No, you're not getting that. So
where are you at, Caleb?
Yeah, you're not getting a Juan Soto haul. I'm not. I don't think that's what you meant, but yeah, you're not getting a haul like that. But yeah, a trade that I saw a lot, and I tweeted it today, was to the Orioles, and they have a guy, Kobe Mayo, who is absolutely unbelievable. He has an 1,000 OPS in the minors. He has like 20 home runs. That's a guy we can get for Tarik Skubal. You guys got to think he is the best pitcher in baseball. So yeah, he's we're definitely going to get a haul for him, but not a Juan Soto type haul.
So do you think the top 2 prospects in the Orioles system that are top 100 or like top 15 guys, number 1 is Jackson Holliday? Is that somebody you start with, stand firm?
Yes.
Because the last time we made this decision to trade one of the best pitchers, maybe or probably a Hall of Fame pitcher in Justin Verlander, we did not stand strong on the Kyle Tucker that we needed in return. Instead, we got guys like Daz Cameron, Jake Rogers, the pitcher, Franklin Perez, who never even pitched. Like, guys that are B-level, C-level prospects. I think you need to stand firm and get an absolute stud in Jackson Holliday, and that's where it starts in my eyes with Tarik Skubal.
Yeah, for sure. If you don't get Jackson Holiday, you don't trade Skubal. We're not getting Jake Rogers in return again if you're doing that. I can't let that happen again.
Yeah, look, if you're Scott Harris and you're making this trade, if you're trading Tariq Skubal, you better be careful, because if you fuck this one up, you're done. That's a fireable offense. You're done. If you mess this trade up, because Tariq Skubal's a player you build your franchise around. I don't care if he pitches every 5 days. He's the best pitcher in Major League Baseball, and he's 27 years old.
Agreed.
If you mess this trade up, you're fired. You're done. That's it.
Done, dude. Caleb's broken. You're broken.
I mean, this team pisses me off to the greatest extent. And I'm trying to be level-headed with it all, but just thinking about all these names, it just makes me so mad. You
gotta screen record that or clip that.
What part?
You just fucking spazzing for the first time.
Yeah, no.
Go off, King.
It was all held in there.
Where are you guys at in the confidence level that you think Scott Harris is the guy to trade these players that are these top prospects? I mean, we've seen it. We've seen one trade in his career. Not great. We've seen it one time. He traded Michael Lorenzen for Yu Lee, who just made the minor league All-Star game. So that's a great sign from last year. Do you guys believe or have faith that he can make these trades when it comes to Flaherty? And then top of the line guys like Skubal and absolutely obliterate another organization's top prospect rankings.
You have to. We have to have faith. We have to believe in him that he's going to be able to do it, because that's what they brought him in here to do. So if he can't do that, I don't know, man. I can't deal with incompetence again. Like, he needs, if that's the route they're going to go, which I don't think they're going to trade Skubal. I don't think that's going to happen. But if that's the route they decide to go, you need to get an oh my God return from it.
Mm-hmm. Where are you guys at? Because I think we are all in agreement that this season is, gone by the landslide. Like, we are not coming back from it. We can't hit. Now we don't have a bullpen, as Caleb alluded to. Are you guys in the fact of spending next offseason for some actual big league bats that aren't named Gio Urshela, Mark Canha? You go down the list. Or are we going to run it back with young guys once again and just see who is real and who develops?
They're going to run it back again.
Run it back, turn.
Like, I know you want that, and I want that too, and that would be awesome if they gave Juan Soto $400 million. It'd be awesome if they brought in bet. They're not going to do it. They're going to do the same thing they did this year and get maybe one guy that is actually good in Mark Canha, and then sign some other guys just to plug holes. But this is who they are, Nick. They're not the Yankees.
I never asked them to be the Yankees.
They're not the Red Sox.
I never asked them to be a top 5, but could they be top 15 when it comes to spending? Is that too much?
Yes,
that's too much.
That is too much.
We cannot let that.
They're going to be the Rays.
We can't let that happen.
What are we going to do about it?
We're going to bitch about it. Damn it, I'm going to yell about it. I know Caleb's ready to yell about it.
Yeah. I'll yell about it all day. If that's what it takes. Do I have to get on my hands and knees and beg, Chris Illich?
Let him go off.
I was just going to say, you got $2.1 billion spent, some of it maybe, on a bat. And we haven't been top 15 in payroll since he's gotten here. I mean, the first year he was here, we had like the Verlander contract, the Cabrera contract, all those contracts. So we were top whatever. But ever since Mike Illich passed away, RIP, when Chris Illich took over, we haven't been top 15 in payroll, and we haven't been close to top 15 in runs scored. We've been last a couple years. We've been 28th. We've been 27th. Something's got to change. I mean, I'm tired of waiting and seeing if these young guys are good. You got to spend money to make money, and we're not making any money right now because we suck, and we didn't spend money.
Preach.
Damn. Felt that. Shows he doesn't give a fuck.
It's who we are.
Since then, not repeat top 15.
It's who they said they were going to be. That's what they hinted to when they hired, Scott Harris. This is going to be the Rays. This is going to be the Giants. Hopefully they strike gold like the Giants did with a couple guys. This is going to be the Billy Bean Moneyball Tigers. Like, that's what you're getting. You're not getting top spending. You're not bringing in these guys. No, this is going to be discount rack Tigers. Hopefully they get lucky and find some stars.
Well, let me tell you where to spend money instead of the Tigers, and that is woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today. Get yourself some brand new merch, baby. We got hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today. Get yourself some brand new what?
Merch.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Keep the camera on, Caleb, and go all look at the Lady Jane's girls, you perverts.
Oh, you were telling me to actually do that.
Now, send your mailbag in. Mailbag questions. Caleb, Nick, me, Spinny, Chris. We shall answer them.
Yeah.
Any, because I'm saving it for tomorrow, Chris, and then forget about the let Chris cook segment. I want you to cook. I just want a fancy graphic for it, but we don't have any mailbag questions right now.
Any rebuttal to that, Eazy and Chris? How are you guys feeling if that's the route that this team goes?
What, the Tigers?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I checked out. I was 100% that whole segment.
I almost bought in. I did. I started watching for the first time, and since Mr. I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore, bro. It's fucking boring. It's a boring product. The only time I cared to watch is when one of the good pitchers are on. And as Caleb said too, they've been letting you down too.
Can't score runs. Yeah. It's going to be unwatchable if your offense is putting up less than one run, a 0.25% or like a 25% of the time.
No, it's just
disgusting.
All jokes aside, it's hard to sell yourself on the future of this team when the prospects are the ones that are struggling. Like the young guys are the ones that are really under delivering. So to me, it's hard for me to buy in, because when you see a struggling team and they have young stars, you can at least, you can get excited to watch them and watch them develop. But these young guys are doing the opposite. It seems like they're regressing. So to me, it's hard for me to invest time in the Tigers.
Yeah,
Chris, or belief.
And you can't even watch them now.
Yeah,
that's true too.
Chris, you're totally right. Like, you could yell about them, you could bitch about them all you want, but like, it's really concerning, like what's going on with the young guys right now outside of Riley Green.
Who do you blame?
I don't. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who do you like? Do you blame the past 3 hitting coaches we've had because we fire them every year? Or, I don't know. It's a tough situation there. That's all I got on that.
I blame 25 years of not being able to develop hitters. That's why I think that you have to go out. I mean, I guess you have to trust the fact that Max Clark and Kevin McGonigal are new, and they seem to be doing well right now. But it's like, so was Colt Keith. So was Justin Henry Malloy. I mean, so what do we expect when they actually get up to the big leagues? Like, I'm curious about Jace Young. Is he going to look like Colt Keith, or is he going to look like Riley Green? I don't think he has the upside of a Riley Green at all. I mean, Spencer Torkelson, just a number 1 overall pick who broke Barry Bonds' college home run record in his freshman year. It's like, these are can't-miss prospects that are missing. So I don't know what the hell we're going to do here.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I'll tell you what we're about to do right now. We're about to wrap it up. And that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button for Eazy, for Nick, for Dirty Sess, for Chris. I am Spenny. We're the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.